Just saw Cris Cyborg fight last night. Coming up, we've got Edson Barboza. On the same card, I think we've got Michel Pereira, Jennifer Maia. The week after that, Charlie Oliveira is headlining. Paulo Costa, Johnny Walker. Still to come this year, Jailton Almeida. 2 Bonfims on the same card. Hello, it's me. I also meant to say that Figueiredo is obviously making his divisional debut. Upper weight class against Rob Font. Don't think I forgot about Figueiredo. Well, I did. I momentarily did, but I meant to say it. And that's what counts. Alex Pereira. I'm just naming names now, but you get the point. A lot of Brazilians and a lot of high-level MMA fights. So let's talk about some of the best to ever do it, plus some up-and-comers, and just some general stuff about Brazilian MMA.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
The Brazilian crowd have been at the top of the MMA game since the start. If you haven't heard of the Gracies, I don't really know what to tell you. Well, I do actually, because one of them, in partnership with American businessman Art Davie, brought the UFC into being. They birthed it, you know? The UFC is proper American, right? Like apple pie and bad leadership decisions. But actually, let me put my smug glasses on for this one. It was built on the foundation of a Brazilian sport, veil to do.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Which
translates as anything goes, which coincidentally was also the name that they gave me in prison. Veil to do was originally like the circus sideshow, and isn't it still, Sean Strickland? It was all about pitting different fighting styles against each other, like the good old days of the UFC.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring.
Since we're talking about fighting styles, obviously we all know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Not like know it, we know of it. But actually Capoeira was the birth style of martial arts in Brazil, thought to have been developed by slaves brought over from Africa in the 16th century. Now the general idea is that it was developed to appear like some kind of ritualistic dance to kind of hide the violent element of it. But I don't know how they hid it, because in the early days it was like super, super violent. Headbutts, elbows, and you know, there are still some Brazilian fighters keeping that Capoeira dream alive. Michel Pereira.
Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir.
In Brazil today, with so much poverty affecting so many people, the dream of becoming a big soccer player or a huge MMA star gives the kids something to work for, to strive for, to hope for. And there are schools in Brazil that teach martial arts, judo, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, as part of the curriculum, with the idea of keeping kids in education and focused on something productive. And with the success of huge MMA stars like the Nogueira brothers, and Anderson Silva, and the constant growth of the sport in general, these talented, athletic Brazilian children now have a different path to follow in their efforts to escape poverty and make a better life for themselves and their families. And this leads to fighting and training with a purpose, to follow in their heroes' footsteps. So let's talk about some of those heroes. Now, I'm not going to re-mention the fighters that, you know, I spoke about at the top of the hour, mostly because they've got fights coming up and I don't want to lose out on valuable content. But here are some of the other greatest MMA athletes to come out of the country, and I do mean some because we would be here all day, honestly.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
Leota Machida had us all practicing karate in our bedrooms. His unorthodox techniques and movement made him a real challenge for his opponents.
I ate a shit and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work cause my boss is a jerk and I'm not even that paid.
Amanda Nunes bulldozed through her competition, including Rousey, Valentina twice, Cris Cyborg, and even avenged her loss to Pena before calling it a day.
I need a change in my life cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning.
Adriana Moraes is a grappler who knocked out Mighty Mouse.
I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a
Vitor Belfort won his UFC 12 debut with multiple knockouts. Now, it was a tournament style, he wasn't playing dirty. Fun fact, Joe Rogan also made his debut on that same card.
Home runs I'm hitting and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move?
RDA has wins on his resume that people just seem to forget about. Donald Cerrone, Nate Diaz, Benson Henderson. Come on now. Aldo defended his title 7 times. Royce Gracie was so dominant in the early days of the UFC that many fighters who have now themselves come to the end of their careers were inspired to start by Gracie.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until...
And Anderson Silva was always ahead of his time, using Muay Thai, BJJ and Wing Chun to outstrike and outclass his opponent. He defended his belt 10 times and he made it look easy. But wait, there's more. Most of those fighters don't fight anymore, so let's talk about the next generation.
It could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over.
Felipe Douglas trains out of a gym called Fighting Nerds. He was on a real impressive win streak until he dropped his last one. But he's always exciting to watch. He's always putting on the pressure, throwing loads of leg kicks, and he's great in the clinch as well.
Their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the...
Wellington Prado trains with Charlie Olive. He has great takedowns and transitions as you might expect, but his striking defense is really advanced and he's super strong.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking...
Manuel Souza is explosive. He's so fast on the feet and he has one-punch knockout power. He throws great combos and his wrestling's alright.
Sucks, I've had enough. I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear.
Bruno Lopez is one of the best light heavyweight prospects in the entire world, despite losing his last fight. He can finish his opponents anywhere and he's definitely one to watch. His Muay Thai style is super fluid and explosive, but his wrestling's decent too.
Let the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature and it haunts me.
If Jose Delano can figure out his weight cut, he'll be flying.
Coming out with a statement. You really changed, man. All your music and arrangement. You don't know shit. Shut your mouth. You can say.
And Thor Silva, son of Wanderlei, stopped Gabriel Bonfim with some nasty ground and pound in under 3 minutes in his amateur debut. I could go on, I really could. talent just oozing on out of that country. But it's time for me to switch sides, get my feet firmly in Islam shoes ready for next week's video. Let me know which Brazilian fighters, past and future, are your favourites in the comments.